NNL action for you there, Nigerian National League, the second tier of Nigerian Football League. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be starting with that first story that has to do with Nigerian National League, where right now NNL is right now seeking for the probe of referees who, while officiating matches. Well, for their poor performance in matches, right now all the referees have been given a tall order coming from Nigerian National League, talking to the Nigerian Referee Association, NRA, to make sure they call the referees to order, at least let them give their best whenever they are officiating. Well, that's the first story we are looking at alongside Yusuf Akogu. Good to have you, Yusuf.
Always a pleasure being here.
You're looking at that particular story there.
Yeah.
If you look at MPFL now, referees are very careful. Why? IMC, they are really stamping their order on if you err or if you do anything wrong. These are the rules and regulations. These are the rules that go against you. If you are a club side, if you don't do well, these are the things you face. Now, the second tier of Nigerian Football League, NNL, they noticed that the last match they played over the weekend, they saw some infringement and also some poor officiating from those referees. About 3 matches, I remember DMD in Maiduguri and other 2 matches where the center referee really showed some irregularity in the officiating. So that's why they are doing this. They want to probe those referees so that they can serve as deterrent to other refs who really have not been doing well or they are found wanting.
I think referees in Nigerian Football League, they need to be professionals, in their conduct, because if you want football to develop, I think one very key aspect of it is officiating. Officiating of football matches is very, very important. If poor officiating can actually, it can affect a very good team, even a very good team performance on a very good day. So I think NNL need to the management of NNL need to actually stamp their feet on it, just like we're actually seeing in the NPFL. So I think it's not really a bad one to move against those poor referees who are actually compromising a standard. So because there's no how we can actually develop our football without good officiating. So I think it's a very, very good one. And of course, if you are a professional, if what is doing is doing well, if you want to become a very good referee, it depends. Probably, maybe some people have a very short-sighted. They don't have a long, they don't
see themselves officiating for in FIFA tournament.
In FIFA tournament, even in CAF tournament as well. So why are you limiting yourself to Nigeria NNL and then compromising?
Because the better you are officiating, the farther you go.
Exactly, because you don't know who is watching you. People recommend people for for different opportunities. So I think Nigerian referees, we've been talking about this for a very, very long time. We've seen improvements in the NPFL because of the intervention of IMC, sorry, so as the case may be. But again, we need to actually, ensure that actually permeates. It's even more important that we have good officiating in NNL, because that is where we have the bulk of our young talent. You can't be doing all of that in their, in their presence, and you think you can earn their respect.
For the fact that there is the bridge to the MPFL.
Exactly.
They call it the most important league because that's where you get the teams that qualify.
To MPFL, that is where you get the teams that play for under 17. That's where you get teams that play for under 20, even under 23. As a matter of fact, so that is very, very key and very, very important. And we actually hope that the management should actually get that right, because getting it right is actually very important for the development, of especially for the development of our football at that level.
But if you look at football in Nigeria, to me, I think it's getting better. I'm not talking about national teams. I'm talking about league now. League. Because when the league wanted, at least at the beginning of this season, a lot of people doubted the IMC. But now, to some extent, I just hope that they will continue this momentum to the end. In the end, actually justify the means anyway. Yes. So if they can continue like this till the end of the league and also the Super 6, and we're already hearing of Niger Super 8 now. That one is also coming up. But right now, the NNL now, out of 10 matches, 3 they had issues on 3, and they had to quickly talk about it because they want to nip it at the board before it spread. And formally, if you look at MPFL, NNL, NLO, Nationwide League One, you see when they play 10 matches, hardly will you see one. Like you will see issue of either the ref or the fans or something will happen. But these days, it's getting more sanitized.
Yeah, I think the punishment is stiffer now for home teams. So everybody is sitting up. The management are actually cautioning their supporters, don't do this. If you do this is the penalty and all of that. I could remember in those days when you go away to some teams and win away, it will be difficult for you to even leave the state.
Because something will happen to you.
So I think that is actually reducing right now. So I think the team or the supporters should be more concerned about the performance of their own team. Because when it's a competitive game, one person must win, draw or lose. So you don't have to pour your anger on the opposing, the visiting team, as the case may be. So I think the standard needs to be created, especially for that level. And I do think that we are actually in the right track. But my concern is that I hope that this achievement we're actually enjoying right now, or this improvement rather, is not tied to individual. Because what happens when that individual leaves the office? So the next person that is coming in, will he share the same?
So automatically you're talking about sustainability now. How do we sustain this improvement that we are having?
Exactly. Let's institutionalize it. Let it be something that is
anyone coming in will
just
improve on it,
continue on it. You understand? So it should not be that because Mr. A is there today, things is good. What happens when Mr. B come tomorrow? So I think that is a major problem that we're actually having, and I think that needs to be actually addressed very quickly.
And that's what's making the league abroad to be at least exciting. Why? They sustain the tempo. In fact, they improve on it.
There's a standard.
They improve on the standard. So that each year, each season, something new, no matter how tiny, no matter how small, no matter how little, you see something different from last season.
Yeah, I think in Africa, I think we should be concerned about integrity than probably financial benefit. I think that is the difference between we and the Western world. When we were bringing in somebody from, let's say, EPF, for example, at every particular point you see a whole lot of improvement. Everybody that is there will want to say, okay, this person did this, okay, I'm here now, okay, let me improve it to this level. So when you're doing that, you see that the standard will keep changing and it become more exciting. I think that is what we need to do here. Whoever that is coming, let the standard be there. We should be more concerned about, okay, what happened when I leave? What will I be remembered for? Will I be remembered?
Did I add to it? Or did I improve on it?
Exactly. So should I be remembered for maybe stealing 20 or 30 billion naira, or should I be remembered for improving the league and of course ultimately develop Nigerian football? I think that should be more paramount, of course, more concerned to all the management of our football league as it were.
Good one there. We've been talking concerning the NNL, the Nigeria National League, second tier of league football in Nigeria. But really, things are really getting better. We just have to accept that and hope that things will continue to show improvement in subsequent matches. We are 3 matches right now. The NNL had to seek the probe of those referees that refer those games to the NRA. The Nigerian Referee Association right now have been told to make sure they talk to their members to make sure they officiate well in every matches they are officiating. Good one there in the NNL, and also hopefully to get to the NLO, Nationwide League One, where we have so many clubs participating. And for the NPFL, it's really getting better there. Hopefully the wind of change blowing in the NPFL will also blow down to the remaining parts of those leagues. And not forgetting the women football. Right now, we need to celebrate our women for the fact that they've been consistently maintaining the pace of how things should be done in Nigerian women football. All they need to get is right now attention from the organizer of Nigerian Football Federation. They just have to get their attention, but make sure they dip in more support and give them more attention knowing fully well that they need more fund and support. Now we move away from there. Let's talk about another one, but this time around we go around CAF, talking about Confederation of African Football now organizing the Under-23 AFCON, where some teams are out, they've crashed out, and some teams are still there. 2023 Under-20 AFCON qualifiers, Niger, Congo, 6 others pick ticket as Nigeria and Senegal crash out from the Under-23. Well, so painful. Nigerian lost to Guinea over there in Casablanca, Morocco in their last game. The first leg ended goalless, and the second leg ended 2-0 in favor of the Junior City Stars of Guinea to defeat Nigeria in that particular encounter. But right now, alongside Senegal also crashed out, although it's uncommon because Senegal, we know what they've done when it comes to Nations Cup for men. For Chan, they've won it. They've also won the Under-20. But for the Under-23, they have found one thing there. They join Nigeria. Oh, seriously. Looking at the teams that qualified so far for the Under-23 AFCON, you have Mali, Gabon, Guinea, Ghana, Niger, you have Morocco, Congo, and also Egypt. Those are the teams that will be playing there. Morocco, they are the hosts. Well, from the way it is right now, you have a lot of GG teams there: Gabon, Ghana, Guinea. Although Nigeria, Senegal are out of this tournament. So painful that we couldn't get this done.
Yeah, it's really painful. We have we have 3 West Africa representation here. We have Mali, we have Ghana, and of course Niger. So let's hope that they will actually do well and of course pick one of the tickets to Olympic. But it's really painful that we're not going to have Senegal and Nigeria there at this competition. The first leg here, just like you already mentioned, we lost here. We played a goalless draw here and then lost away to Silly National, the Junior Silly National, away there in Casablanca in Morocco. It was also like if they were also playing away from home. Unlike Senegal and actually Mali, who I'm not surprised at the results initially, because Senegal won the first leg 3-1. The return leg, the Malians actually came out smoking, especially in the second half.
Surprisingly
3-0. They are next door neighbors, so they know each other very well, just like Nigeria and Ghana, who are a great rivalry when it comes to West African football. So I think it's a very good one for Mali. Let's see what they're going to do at that tournament. But again, going to Olympic without Nigeria and Senegal, I think I really do not know how that's going to be. Again, Ghana is there. Let's see. Morocco, of course, they are actually, the bride. Is it bride now? What do I call them now?
No, seriously, they are shining. They are really shining in African football
right now.
They are doing so well. Talking about Morocco.
So we'll see what they can be. Hopefully, they'll pick one of the tickets to represent Africa.
Well, it's a dicey one there because right now, from these clubs, from these countries, must have 4 that are represented. They will be going to the Olympics. But I look at this Under-23, Senegal is not going, Nigeria is not going. We have Egypt, defending champion. We have Egypt, we have Morocco from the North African side. We have Ghana, we have Mali, Niger from West Africa. Then you have Guinea, rather. You have Gabon.
Central Africa.
In Central Africa. But right now, it's tough one there because, whoever qualifies for the Olympic Games must be ready to tighten their belt because Olympic Games is not a child's play.
Of course, it's not a child's play. You can ask Nigeria and Cameroon, they've won it, so they can actually tell you that it's not easy to conquer Brazil, Argentina, and the rest of the world. So whoever that is going to qualify from here is not just enough to qualify from Africa. You have to go there and prove it at the world stage that you're actually here to represent your continent and represent them very well.
It's tough one there, but those countries are ready to participate. And looking at the fact that Nigeria didn't qualify, how did you feel?
Well, as a Nigerian, I feel it's painful. I actually think that we deserve to be there. But again, given the way the football is, the football is now in Africa, there's a lot of improvement. Many countries are actually coming up. So consider there's no more minors in football. We saw what Guinea-Bissau did to us here in Abuja, although we were able to get that revenge away in Bissau, that is away from home. So I think football is developing, and I think we need to do more. It's actually sent quite a whole lot of signals that we actually need to go back to drawing board. I need to invest more, especially in youth football development. So it's painful, but again, let's give the rest of Africa a chance.
Let's give them the chance there. Coming from Yusufa Kogo for what they've done. Talking about other teams that qualified so far. Egypt, Morocco, Gabon, Ghana, Niger Republic. You can't take it away from Mali. They've all done well from qualifying. Even Guinea, that outside Nigeria, really, they showed their class. After all, they came to Nigeria, played goalless, went to a neutral ground. They show class that they are really the junior silly star of Guinea. Congrats to them for qualifying. And right now, let's talk about women's football. Why Arsenal and Barcelona Femenino, they've done the business of qualifying for the semi-final. Well, let's see the matches that will be up for today, rather tonight in those games in the Women Champions League, where PSG will be fighting hard to see if they can upstage Wolfsburg, who are leading by a lone goal in the first leg. And you have Chelsea women. They also are leading the first leg with a lone goal, and right now ahead of Lyon Feminine. So the battle of the French teams, PSG and Lyon, trying to upstage the German team, Wolfsburg women, and Chelsea England women in these games tonight. A big one.
Yeah, it's actually a big one. The two semi-finalists are already waiting for
the Romani two that will be coming up from here.
Absolutely. So, but knowing Lyon is a very strong team when it comes to female football. They've done so.
But they are trailing Chelsea.
Yeah, they are trailing right now as it is. But again, we remember Arsenal were trailing Bayern Munich and they overdone.
They came from behind. Yeah, sure.
So I think Lyon can actually do that. Though playing away from home against Chelsea, it may not really be that easy, because Chelsea are actually looking up to probably if they win this game, they'll be coming up against Arsenal.
After all, Chelsea is not Bayern women. They are not Bayern women, they are different.
Absolutely.
So if Arsenal could defeat Bayern, doesn't mean Olympic Lyonnais women would do the same.
But it's not like a moral boast for Lyon. Okay, if Arsenal could do it, why not we?
And then same thing, Chelsea will be like, okay, if Barcelona could do it, we too can hold our homes down.
Absolutely. So it's going to be very competitive. It's going to be depend on who wanted the most, just like we saw Arsenal and Barcelona did yesterday. So it's going to be a very tough one for whoever that wanted the most. But I think, for me, I think Chelsea should take it, and for PSG, I think I look for
Wolfsburg PSG.
Yes, I think
Wolfsburg, they have one game. Rather, they score a goal in the first leg, and this second leg, the team playing over there in Wolfsburg home, you look at Volkswagen Arena. Rather, now they'll be hosting PSG, and from the way it is, they could shock them too.
Yeah, I think they can actually go through. PSG is also a very good side, but at this stage of the competition, their men always faltered. I really do not hope that same fate will befall the
for the women.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So for me, I think it will be good to see PSG Barcelona semi-final.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you are tilted towards Barcelona Femenino versus PSG's Feminine.
Semi-final. Yes.
Okay, let's see if it's going to be between.
And then an un-English semi-final too.
Oh, Chelsea Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's wait and see if Octopus Yusufa Kogo was actually predicted PSG Bayern. Rather Barcelona, and he also predicted Arsenal Chelsea for the semi-final. We wait to see what will be happening in that game tonight. Wolfsburg PSG Feminine between Lyon also against Chelsea women. A tough one there, but anything can still happen. Let's see what will be qualifying in those games, and we'll continue to give you updates concerning that. Quickly, let's run through some story in the world of transfer stories there. Let's give you Newcastle manager Eddie Howe is pushing for midfielder Scott McTominay right now from Manchester United. Well, you look at this player who scored 4 goals in 2 matches for Scotland. They surprisingly defeated Spain 2-0, and McTominay seems to be really having to do well in those games. What is surprising performance?
I think it's a dream. Newcastle, it is very good, a dream for them to want to have Scott McTominay. He's a very good player, fantastic player, but I really do not think Erik ten Hag is ready to let him go at this stage, even though he's not.
But a lot of Man U fans are not too. A lot of Man U fans.
Yes.
Because I met some that immediately, he did well for Scotland, but the body language, I don't know, they seem not to be so cool with him.
Yeah, I think maybe, I really do not know.
Let me coin him, Nigerian Man United fans.
Maybe. Because to me, I think he has grown. He as a boy, as a player, he's grown from the days of Mourinho. At the point he was coming up as a player, the English national team, the Three Lions, wanted him to represent them, but Mourinho advised him and said, "Look, go and represent your country. There's no any better feelings than you wearing the color
Scottish jersey.
That is where you're from." So, and he actually took that chance, and we see what he's actually doing for them now. He's one of the big stars in that team. I really don't think United are actually ready to let him go. He might not be a starter, a first team player, but I really do think that he should stay. He's a player that I think who has done so well as a backup.
And for Man United.
Yes, in some cases he has also scored some important goals for Manchester United, and as an academy player I don't think United are ready to let him go.
Now the same thing goes for Mason Mount of Chelsea. Mason Mount, I don't know what's happening. He's doing well as a player, but Chelsea seems to be ready to just get rid of him. How do you see that too?
I think it actually depends on, sometimes the managers have philosophy. If a particular player does not fit into their philosophy, they find a way of letting a Chelsea player go. I think that is what is happening to Mason Mount. I think a player like Mason Mount will do well in Man City or Manchester United because of the pattern of play. If he's a player that likes to hold ball, although he has problem with positioning as well, but that one can actually be sorted out at it depends on the manager that is actually managing him. So to me, it depends on philosophy of coaches.
Philosophy of coaches there that has to do with the likes of Mason Mount or Matt Somene. We've been talking about some transfer gossip quickly. We talk about the team who really, they are really another team. Let me not mention their name, but right now, Manchester City, who are really Arsenal, they are ready to splash a whole lot of money in trying to redevelop or redesign their stadium. They want to make it like a 61,000 capacity. Man City to invest £300 million on Etihad Stadium to 61,000 capacity.
Wow, that's a huge one. But again, they have the financial muscle to do it, so I'm not surprised. But again, maybe temporarily we can accommodate them at Old Trafford.
Are you trying to use that so that if you accommodate them, you can win some matches because you're going to be playing using the same stadium like Inter and AC Milan, San Siro, Giuseppe Meazza.
Absolutely. So it's a very good one for them. I think they deserve it. They've done so well so far.
But really, the stadium really look like it's like the West Stamford Bridge is choked up. Really,
or the way Highbury was those days.
The way Highbury was those days. So it's choked up. It looks small, and if you look at it, the Emirates, the Etihad Stadium before Arsenal moved to Emirates, they were at Highbury and they had to do something. So the same Manchester City are trying to do also expand this particular beautiful stadium. Anyway, very beautiful, but at least to 61,000 capacity will be a huge one for them. Yeah, and they will make a lot of revenue. Money will come in.
Absolutely. I think they need to do that. If you look at the fact that Old Trafford is over 70,000 capacity stadium, so I think they need to actually do that to improve their revenue, especially with regard to gate taking and all of that. But I do think they should concentrate more on winning the Champions League this season. Probably. Seriously. After then,
they'll make more money.
They'll make more money and then invest in the stadium redevelopment.
Good one there for Manchester City, a particular player that has become a subject of interest from different clubs right now. The likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United are all trying to see how they can buy Declan Rice. Declan Rice right now has been the player that almost all the clubs want to at least sign. Arsenal are ready to compete with Chelsea, City and Man United. For West Ham, the midfielder, Declan Rice. In fact, Arsenal are confident that they could get him ahead of others.
Arsenal, their confidence, both of them, they're in the same city, so they feel, since it's a walk across,
yes,
they can easily get him.
London.
Yes, it is London, so they can easily get him. But again, it actually depends what Declan Rice wants. You understand? So it's all the teams that want him are all English.
The four teams, two from London, two from Manchester.
Yes, they're all English teams. So it actually depends on him. But to me, I really do not think Declan Rice will fit in perfectly into an Arsenal team or even a Chelsea team.
So where do you think he will fit in? Selfish Man United fan. Where do you think he will fit in?
I really do not think, even if you come to Manchester United, there's going to be a whole lot of competition for him.
Okay, so are you saying he should go to City or what?
But I think if he come to Man United, fine, he is welcome. But again, if he move to City, there's going to be more competition for him in those.
Because I remember Jack Grealish moving to City, £100 million. Everybody was looking at the way this guy was playing football in Aston Villa. Yeah. He really gets to City, he will peak and It never happened.
Yeah, but that is another thing again to also look at again. Sometimes you can be a big fish in a small ocean and then be performing. But when you move to a club like Manchester United,
Do you have small
Chelsea,
ocean? Oh, you want to say a pond?
pond maybe.
Oh my
a small
goodness.
pond. So when you move to a club like Manchester City or Manchester United, Chelsea or Arsenal, you know that these are big clubs that the demand from you is going to be very, very high compared to, you know, if you give like 50-70%, Tottenham, I mean, at West Ham will praise you, but it can't be the same in Manchester United. You have to give like 110%.
The way it's happening to Eden Hazard.
Absolutely. So Hazard was doing well at Chelsea. Chelsea and Madrid in a way.
But when he got to Madrid, he couldn't get his act back. What happened?
Well, maybe injury problem and all of that. Chelsea and Madrid.
I overheard you saying they were on, right now they are on par.
They are
right?
not really at par, so to say. But again, when it comes to football, at that level, Chelsea is a very big club.
Of course, I know.
You can't underestimate that.
When it comes to Champions League, they are king.
Yeah, they also won Champions League. It doesn't matter the numbers. They are.
Well, at least if I can imagine if Chelsea should win Champions League for 14 times. What would they be saying? You understand?
Maybe some of us will have to leave there.
Oh, that would be it on 360 Swallow on Trust TV. Yusuf Akubu, thanks so much for that ending there. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.